Hey guys, I've been sick lately, but I've also been sick of not making videos, so I decided to make a short one, and this is what I came up with. Today's video is a list of my top 10 creepy things about Bryan Kohberger. Number 10, the ID cards. In the evidence log of items seized from Kohberger's parents' house, there is an item labeled ID cards in glove inside box. What the heck does that even mean? Are these ID cards of victims? Are they in a glove to remind him to use gloves when handling them, so his fingerprints or DNA wouldn't be on them if he ever had to get rid of them? Is this guy a serial killer? The unanswered questions and speculation behind this item are terrifying. The item doesn't make sense, and the unknown can oftentimes give us an ominous feeling. Number 9, his parents had to testify. Kohberger's parents were called to testify in front of a Pennsylvania grand jury in the case of a missing woman named Dana Smithers. She was last seen alive on May 28, 2022, and her body was found 30 miles from Kohberger's parents' home in April 2023. At this time, there is no evidence linking Kohberger to this case. Even though it is not clear why his parents were asked to testify to the grand jury, it's eerie to think that Kohberger could have done this before. Number 8, the items he had on him. When Kohberger was arrested at his parents' home in Pennsylvania, he had a silver flashlight and 4 medical-style gloves on him at 1:14 a.m. in the morning. Why did police officers decide to arrest him at such an odd time? Is it possible that's when he tended to go for runs? Did they notice his odd nighttime neighborhood runs and decide to arrest him at this time before he left his parents' home to see what was in his pockets before he left? It seems far-fetched, but if Kohberger tended to go for runs at this time, they could have waited until they seen lights on downstairs. Lights that may indicate that Kohberger was ready to leave the house for his late-night runs. That's speculation though. Still, the unknown is scary. And what strange things for someone to have on them. And it just happened to be on his person at the time he was arrested. Number 7, the forested and rural areas. Dana Smithers' body was found in a wooded area. Kohberger's alibi for the night of November 13th, 2022 was that he was out driving in the early morning hours, as he often did to hike and run and see the moon and the stars. He said he drove throughout the area south of Pullman, Washington, west of Moscow, Idaho, including visiting the Wawa Park. He possibly drove through a forested area to get to Blaine, Idaho, after the Idaho 4 incident. And the next afternoon, at 5:36 p.m., he turned his phone off in a heavily forested area. I don't know about you, but knowing what he is accused of, the idea of Kohberger on late-night jogs, hiking on trails, or visiting any area that could be considered forested is haunting. Number 6, he was in the 1122 King Road home area at least 12 times before November 13th. It's not known if he has a connection to his victims, but it is known that he was in the area 12 times in a 3-month time frame before November 13th, 2022. This might not seem creepy, but he moved to Washington from Pennsylvania to start school at WSU around August 2022. And for some reason, he was in the King Road neighborhood as early as August 21st, 2022. And now he is accused of taking the lives of Kaylee, Madison, Ethan, and Xana. Did he move to Washington because of the victims? Or did he choose the house because of the location? His internet history might just give us the answer to these questions. Number 5, his face. The facts of what he is being accused of gives anyone who knows what he is being accused of the absolute shivers every time they see an image of him. If he is guilty, during the court process, more horrific details about him will come out. His face will provoke the same feelings synonymous with the feelings we get when we look at pictures of monsters such as Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, and Chris Watts. Ugh. For now, he is only being accused, but he still gives me the creeps. Number 4, the sheath being left at the crime scene. I don't know what most people think about this, but I can tell you it instantly makes me think that if he did this, he spent more time in this room with these victims than anywhere else in the house. The DNA evidence on the sheath, the suspect description, and the suspect's car all matching Kohberger leaves little doubt in our minds as to who did this. Number 3, the words he allegedly said to Xana. If this case wasn't horrifying enough, knowing that a witness to the crimes heard the perpetrator say, "It's okay, I'm going to help you," before brutally taking the life of one of his victims is something straight out of a horror movie. Number 2, the victims he chose. If allegedly committing these crimes wasn't bad enough, learning about the victims he chose is absolutely gut-wrenching. 4 fun-loving, beautiful university students with nothing but their whole lives ahead of them were taken from this world allegedly by a man who seems to be just about the exact opposite of his victims in almost every way. Number 1, the way he chose to commit his crimes. The crimes Kohberger is alleged to have committed were carried out in one of the most brutal and personal ways a person could take another person's life. Kohberger is accused of taking the lives of 4 innocent people he may not have even ever met before, in an extremely horrific way. If proven guilty, these actions will ascend Kohberger to a level of evil that would make his image and name akin to some of the most notorious killers we've ever heard of. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, my voice. I don't know how it sounds right now, but I hope it's not too bad. I'm glad you got this far, and I hope you have a wonderful day, night, morning, whatever time you're watching this. I hope you're doing good, and thank you.
Please like, comment, and subscribe as it helps my channel grow, lets me know I'm doing a good job, and best of all, it's free.